Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Today we are doing my August TBR. I still have not finished my July TBR because it's not yet the end of July, so we'll see whether I actually get that done or not. But you will see in the background, and you'll be able to see from my previous video, that I now have a bookcase. Yay! So I have a physical TBR collection, and yes, I went mad in the shops and bought loads of books. So I have partially filled one shelf, and then I've got these two because they were nice, pretty books. So anyway, we have a bookshelf. And to recap on July. So obviously I can't tell you whether I complete my July TBR or not because I'm still going on the July TBR. It's currently the 27th of July, so we've still got 4 more days to go before I finish. Not looking likely that I'll finish all my July TBR, to be honest. Definitely maybe not getting to two digits on the book reads this month. It has been a slower month, maybe because a lot of the books were quite fantasy heavy and they just weren't books I was expecting, so I don't know whether that's impacted it. But obviously I have struggled a little bit with the books this month, but you'll see more on my July recap in a couple of weeks time. We went to another book club, but the book club we picked, we went through and recapped on our July, our previous reads. So we gave our scores, which again I'll include in the July recap video. So we went and discussed the books that we'd read from the previous month and a half, and then we also picked our next book club picks. So we drew these out of a hat. We all put a book club pick in each. There is actually a 5th member of the book club, but they couldn't come to this one, so we did get her book club pick before we went there. We put them all in one of the book club members' hats that they brought along, and we all 3 of us drew a book each, which you'll see now. And we drew As Long as the Lemon Tree Grows, which is my book club pick, and I am aware I've already read it, so I was cheating a little bit because I know I've got a heavy August with reading. I've got a lot of books that I already know I want to read on top of the picks that I picked from the TBR prompt jar today. So As Long as the Lemon Tree Grows, because I so want the other girls to read this book because I loved it, and I'm really hoping they love it too, and I'm just not being overly, like, you know, just whether I'm just really loving it for no reason. Then we had The Housemaid by Frida McFadden. I've heard very, very good things about this. I know there is 3 in the series, so if we can get the first one read, so we might be moving on. But yeah, that's definitely a lot of our reads so far have been romance and romantasy, so it's nice to see so far with the As Long as the Lemon Tree Grows, which is a romance. But it's very different to like the cutesy romances that we've been lately. And The Housemaid obviously is actually a thriller mystery, so we're branching out a little bit here. And then we do have By a Thread by Lucy Score, which is a romance, so we had to throw in some romance here. So that is our last pick. We went with 3 in the end because I think last time we did struggle a little bit with 4. Obviously I do quite a bit of reading, but I've restricted myself a little bit because I had my TBR picks as well, so I felt like I was really trying to stretch myself reading all the book club picks and my TBR picks and books that I actually wanted to like mood read. So we as a group decided that 3 is probably the right amount of books to read between our book club sessions, unless we know that it's going to be a while, it's going to be like 2 months between we meet again, then maybe we'll pick an extra one. But yeah, so we went with 3. Those are the 3 that I've got. I don't need to read these until middle of September. However, I will try and get at least 1 or 2 of them done in August, because I am away on holiday in August, which means solid reading for a whole week as I sit and enjoy the Spanish sunshine. I should be able to get a couple of these read. We'll see. Oh, what am I talking about? I don't need to read the one because I've already read it. So if I can get the other 2 read while I'm on holiday, I'm sorted. Or maybe I just pick 1 for August and 1 for September. That could work. That's probably easier because it drags them out a little bit. Not drags them out. It, like, you know, I don't have to read them all in one go. Apparently I don't know what I'm talking about today. Anyway, August TBR. I do have a little bit of a plan for August already. So I do have a number of books that I want to read when I'm on holiday for a little bit of a challenge that I am setting myself. So I am going to take into consideration that while I should get more books read in August, because of me being away on holiday and having like 8 days of just pure reading, I have set myself a challenge that I'm going to set away from the TBR. So I am going to do a normal TBR. I'm not going to set myself more books because I don't want to overstretch myself, and I do want to allow myself some room, some wiggle room for mood reading, because I did really feel like I missed that in July. So yeah, we're gonna draw some prompts. We have a new prompt jar, guys. Scrapped the hat that we used last time, and you can now see them nice and clear what I'm picking. I think this was just yeah, that answers my question. It was an IKEA jar, nice little glass ornament jar. I thought it'd come in handy. I found it in one of the cupboards in the other room, and I thought, oh, that'll do. That'll do. Right, okay. If I can open it. TBR jar. Book 1 for August. How many do we think I should be doing? Should we go with 5? Go with 5 prompts and see how we get on, because if it comes out that we've got another 200 pager, or any of the books that I do pick are shorter, we might find that we could. We're going to go with 5 prompts this month and see how we get on. I hope I don't get half the ones that we got last time. Oh, there's 2 here. Right, okay, so I've just picked 2 out by accident. So we're gonna go with these. Right, okay. Oh, a book picked by the last person I text. Right, okay. I need to go get my phone because my phone's currently on charge. Okay, interesting. So the last people that I text was actually, if you can see that, is our book club chat. Do I just post in there to say first come, first serve and just see what they come back with? Okay, right. I'm going to take a picture of the prompt. I'm going to send it in and said first one to recommend. I can guarantee I know who's going to be the first one to come in with a book, and I guarantee she'll go straight away, and she'll probably end up. Yeah, I just feel like I know who's going to be the first one to reply. But I'm going to put it into the book club pick because they are actually the last. Or does it count if somebody's texted me? No, I've said a book pick by the last person I text, and the last person I text was the book club. So I'm going to send a picture in and say the first one to recommend a book. Okay, so I've said first one to recommend a book, go. And I'm going to come back to that in a moment and see. I have a funny feeling I'll be reading the second one in the Windy City series, but we'll see. And then the other one that I got out of the jar was... Oh. A book. You can't see that. A book with an ugly cover. Oh, book club have replied. Right, pause on that one. Done and Dusted is what we're reading. And Done and Dusted is by... Done... Oh, that is on Kindle Unlimited as well. Bonus, I don't have to spend a penny. Done and Dusted by Lila Sage is my first book club pick. Right, okay, let me write this down. Lovely. Right, okay, book 1 is done. Done and Dusted. Oh, that is quite a short book as well, actually. I don't think they're long books. Oh, but it's another one in a series, and I have this little bit of a dilemma, and I've noticed, and this might be something that I challenge myself maybe in September, is I've started so many series this year and just not finished them or not continued them because of my TBR. Not because I don't want to read them, but because, like, of my TBR. not giving me enough time, which is why I'm only going for 5, even though I'm on holiday, because I thought that allows me some wiggle room. But I also might challenge myself while I'm on holiday, where I try and just read books that I need to read the second one in the series. So for example, Powerless with Reckless, I need to read the last book in the Veronica Speedwell series. I need to read the rest of the books in the Natural series. I need to read the rest of the books in the Windy City series. So there's so many. Right, anyway, so I need to have a quick whiz through Goodreads and see if I've got any in my want to read with a really ugly cover. And I'm not gonna lie, do you know, Goodreads is one of these things where, like, sometimes I add a book to my want to read file and I regret it because of the cover on Goodreads. It just, stop doing covers with half naked men on the cover. Make them pretty. Plenty of romance books with nice covers, and then they put the one on Goodreads, the cover will be the one with a half naked man on, and it just makes me look like, what on earth am I reading? I know what I'm reading, but if you can vibe with that, let me know down below. So, want to read folder, book with an ugly cover. See, as an example, on Want to Read, the Twisted Love series, that is the cover. There are so many nice other covers. Why that one? Why? Give us the nice one. That could be a contender, actually, for an ugly cover, because it's an ugly cover in here. Oh, the wire is blocking my beautiful view. I'm sorry, guys. We're just going to have to roll with it. It is quite hard, because if Smiley wasn't already on my TBR for this month, I would have gone with that, because I don't like the cover of Smiley. I feel like it's just going to have to be like one that's like a cover with people on it, because this is going to be difficult. Unless I go for like a really boring cover, maybe. Because like the couple next door, the cover on here is quite boring. I'll tell you what are really ugly is the novellas to Lynn Painter's Better Than the Movie. They're not very good looking book covers, but they're also only about 50 pages long, so I'm not going to do that. That feels like cheating. Oh, guys, this is a difficult one because I actually really nearly bought this book in Waterstones today, just because I loved the cover that was in there, but the cover on Goodreads is just really boring. It's like it's not really it is boring, but also there's just too much going on in this picture. Like, it's just not, it needed to be more simple. So I don't know if you can see that. There's just too much going on, but the Waterstones edition is so good. So does it count as an ugly book? And that is Rebecca Thorne, Can't Spell Treason Without T. I don't know. Maybe that's a contender, because that is an ugly cover on Goodreads. There's also a version of the Magnolia Parks books where they're quite... I'm not a fan of those. But then again, there is like the other versions where they are quite nice. I think this is going to be a problem because the more popular books tend to get new covers later on that are less ugly. Okay, because I'm struggling with this, I think I might go for a book where I'm just not thrilled by the cover. Like, if I saw this book in the shop, I wouldn't jump to buy it just because the cover doesn't scream out to me. So that is the vibe that I'm going to go for. Mind you, the Windy City book covers I don't think are nice. I'm not a fan of the Windy City book covers. And I could kill two birds with one stone and do book 2 in the Windy City series. Okay, let's do that. Right. I know I said and joked about it because of the book club girls. I thought they were going to give me Windy City to read for the TBR. But I'm going to read the second book in the Windy City series for book with an ugly cover, just because I don't think they're ugly covers. But they're just not very exciting. They're not like eye-catching. It's not something, if I walked into a bookshop, I saw them on the shelves, I'd be like, I want them. I just don't think they're that nicer looking books. So we're going to go with the Windy City Book 2, which also moves me along on one of my series. Oh my gosh, we're going romance heavy this month, apparently. Try not to get two this time. Right, okay. We have one. The author, an author I have never read. This is perfect because I have never read an Emily Henry book. And I want to on holiday because everyone raves on about Emily Henry. In fact, I've never read by a good chunk of those, to be honest. No, I'm going to read Emily Henry because I've been dying and I keep saying I've never read an Emily Henry book. And this is a perfect opportunity. And I do own an Emily Henry book on Kindle, which is, I believe I own Happy Place. Yes, I own it already. I don't have to spend any money. And I think Windy City might also be on Kindle Unlimited. So that is fantastic. Fantastic. Oh, I'm going to have such a good holiday just reading romance books. This is going to be great. So good. Right, okay. Romance books as well. I find I fly through so much quicker than every other book. So I'm like, oh, should I make it 6 TBR pumps? Or should I mood read? Because am I going to be fed up with romance by this point? Probably. No, I will do 5 just for the sake of... Oh, I didn't shake that one very well. Oh, 2 there. Okay, we have a book about dragons. I could read the Fourth Wing sequel. I don't have any on there about dragons. Do I read the Fourth Wing sequel? It's going to have to be the Fourth Wing sequel. Oh, this is perfect. This is such a perfect TBR right now. This is so much better than last month. No spoilers. Iron Flame. I will probably read this on Kindle just because I don't particularly like the covers that much. I know you can get the nice ones with the sprayed edges and stuff, but I'm not a fan of the books that much, so like the covers. So I'm just going to buy this on Kindle. Oh my gosh, this is working out perfectly. Now this last prompt, do not fail me. An award-winning book? How about Choice Awards? Goodreads Choice Awards. Does that count? Ooh, Happy Place is already on there by Emily Henry. I do own Yellowface. So I could give that a go. I did really want to try Divine Rivals, but I don't actually own it. I already own I've already read Checkmate. Okay, we're going to give Yellowface a go because I already own it. So it saves me spending any more money on books this month. And I've got it on Kindle. So it means I can take it away on holiday with me because it's one that I did start. Maybe I read like 2 pages when I say a start. I wasn't sure whether I felt like I was in the mood to read that kind of thing. So I gave up at that point. So we'll go with Yellowface because I already own it and I've got plenty of time to try it on my holiday. We'll see how we get on. Yeah, okay. So just to give you guys a rundown of the books that I have for the August TBR, we have Done and Dusted by Lila Page. We have Windy City Book 2. We have Happy Place by Emily Henry. We have Iron Flame. And we have Yellowface. So we're going to give those a go. We've also got 2 book club picks to pick from, which is By a Thread and The Housemaid. So I might throw either one of those in, or maybe I'll get both done in August. Maybe, because obviously I've only picked 5, but I have got a lot of books I really, really want to read. So I really want to read Reckless, the sequel to Powerless. So I have kept that for myself. So I really want to read that in August, to be honest. And I was hoping to read it maybe on the plane on the way on holiday. So we'll see how that goes. So yeah, so we've got our 5 TBR picks. We've got our 2 book club picks, and that leaves me with a little bit of wiggle room for some mood reads if I want, although we'll see how we get on. And then I've also got a bit of a challenge that I'm setting myself in Spain, but I will not reveal any more. Thank you guys for watching this video. If you have already read some of the books on my TBR and you want to give me a little bit of a heads up of how you felt about them without any spoilers, please do so in the comments below, and I'll see you again very shortly for my July recap. Bye guys.